Okay, so Manchester United taking on Wolves today. Really looking forward to the game, a home game. We've had 3 away games in the Premier League, and it's nice to see how Manchester United get on against a bit of a different opposition. The last 2 teams were different to Wolves. Wolves are going to try and play and give Manchester United a different sort of test to what we've had. This one being obviously at Old Trafford, so Manchester United have got to be up for this one. And I think it's going to be a difficult game. Wolves have come into the Premier League and look quite good so far. They've got a draw against Manchester City, and both teams are going to be up for this game. But Manchester United have got to be looking for the win in this one to continue their surging up the table. Otherwise, if we start dropping off again, we're going to be looking at a challenge for fourth at the very maximum, and it's going to be a job to get in that top 4 if Manchester United keep fucking up like we did in the second and third game. But hopefully that was just a blip and we can go on a good run now. We've got some decent fixtures coming up before we play some difficult games towards the end of next month. So let's see what we can do. Now, obviously there's a couple of players out of this game. Rashford can't play, Fellaini can't, and Matic can't play, for this game. Jose Mourinho will obviously go with David Gea in goal. Valencia's going to be at right back. Dalot did well in the week, but it'll be Valencia. Hopefully Luke Shaw will keep his place at left back, and Ashley Young can play against Derby in the League Cup on Tuesday. Should go with Smalling and Lindelof again because they've been okay at the back. But the midfield is going to be interesting. He's probably going to go with Fellaini because Matic is out. And to be honest, I don't think that is the best move, to be honest, to play Fellaini. I don't think Fellaini's very good on the ball. His passing's not very good. Nowhere near the level that we've had in the past with the likes of Michael Carrick. And in this sort of game, I'm not too sure it's going to be any good. To be honest, I don't think he should really ever be used for Manchester United. I mean, you wouldn't see the likes of Barcelona and teams like that having to use him against the likes of Burnley and Watford, would you, just to beat them sort of teams? You wouldn't see that. They would beat them with the quality that they possess in good quality players over the years. And Manchester United, he's just not a Manchester United player, not pleasing on the eye. And okay, he does a job for Fellaini, but shouldn't really be resorting in Fellaini. But it will be Fellaini, Fred and Pogba in midfield. Then up front, he said Alexis Sanchez will come straight back into the team. Probably Jesse Lingard will as well. And it will be Lukaku up front. Now, I've got to see another big game from Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba is very good against young boys. Now, I know it was only young boys, but he did have a very good game. So, hopefully he can continue that good form and get a lot more consistent going forward into some other games, because he will probably be rested for that Derby game. I'm expecting a good few players to be rested for that, ready for the one next weekend. I think we've got West Ham next weekend. So, we've got some decent games coming up for Manchester United that were winnable games. And hopefully Manchester United can continue this run. It will keep the confidence high. If Manchester United can keep winning games, then that is the key. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be disappointed if Anthony Martial doesn't play in this game, but he will most likely play against Derby. So he's going to get a lot of football this season if he continues to progress and score goals. Now, he did get a bit of a deflection for that one against Young Boys, but was a bit better against Young Boys. And against Derby, that gives him the opportunity to hopefully get a goal or two under his belt, because Derby are only just above mid-table in the Championship. So he's got to be looking at that game where he could probably bag a goal and have maybe an assist as well. And then maybe get himself into Jose Mourinho's reckoning for maybe Champions League group stage games, maybe some of the easier games, Valencia at home, games of that nature where Manchester United should really be beating the team's young boys at home. Maybe if Juventus is a dead rubber, the second one or whatever, then Manchester United should be looking to get him in for the group stage. I know Sir Alex Ferguson always liked to rotate the players in the Champions League group stage. Okay, it's harder these days because you have the likes of Juventus in your groups, but that's where you've got to rotate your squad, because Manchester United are going to have games coming thick and fast, certainly if we get past Derby in the League Cup. So Jose Mourinho's got to keep shuffling his pack. We're hearing that Ander Herrera's still out injured, Phil Jones is back fit. But obviously I don't think he's going to make much of a difference. But we need to keep all our squad fit and ready for future games coming up ahead. Now, I think Manchester United will get the victory. I'm hopeful that they will anyway. Home form is generally pretty strong for Manchester United under Jose Mourinho. I'm going to go for Manchester United winning this game 2-1. Let me know your thoughts on this game. I'm still a bit worried that Marouane Fellaini is going to play in this game, and that's going to disrupt Manchester United and make it hard for Manchester United. But I'm hoping overall quality can just shine through. Now, he's just probably not going to be good enough on the ball. His passing is just not good enough. And you see in previous games that the likes of Paul Pogba are having to drop deep in order to receive the ball. Whereas if we had Michael Carrick, he'll be putting them balls into Paul Pogba, and Paul Pogba would be away. It's just not the same without a good quality player on the ball than Marouane Fellaini. But he does do a job in some games. But I would just prefer to see someone better on the eye, someone that's got a better passing range than Marouane Fellaini, which someone like Michael Carrick used to have a much better passing range, and Paul Pogba would be much better with someone of that ilk. But obviously Matic is out, and we haven't got a lot of other options. Herrera's injured as well, so we haven't got a lot of other options. He could obviously bring in McTominay or Andreas Pereira into the fold, but I just don't think he's going to bring Andreas Pereira into the fold, and McTominay is probably not the level that Manchester United need to be playing week in, week out either. So anyway, let me know your thoughts on that. I'm going for 2-1 win for Manchester United. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.